Alright guys and gals, this is a long playing review for Manhattan 95 on the Amstrad CPC, released by UBI Soft in 1986. Now, have you ever thought to yourself, why was this film never made into a computer game? For example, why was Arnie's Commando never made into a game? Or for example, Mad Max 2? Some of the biggest action movies of the 80s, like Die Hard, only belatedly later made it out onto the NES, DOS, PC Engine and Commodore 64, not really many of the big computers of the time. Yet you had Gremlin Graphics make a game of Death Wish 3, of all things. More criminal than that, you had one of the greatest 80s directors of all time, John Carpenter, and his movies being horribly overlooked for games. Or worse, horribly butchered in the case of the awesome Big Trouble in Little China, reduced to a truly excruciatingly awful side-on slow-paced bore fest, made even worse on the Amstrad by being an awful specky port just to rub salt into the wounds. But can you imagine the possibilities of computer game versions of They Live, The Thing, which we later got years later, even Halloween, which leads us on to Escape from New York. Now that is a brilliant movie ripe for video game treatment. In 1988, the crime rate in the US rises 400% and New York City becomes a maximum security prison for the entire country. A 50-foot containment wall is erected along the New Jersey shoreline, across Harlem River and down the Brooklyn shoreline, and completely surrounds Manhattan Island. All bridges and waterways are mined. United States police force is encamped like an army around the island. There is no guards inside the prison, only prisoners and the world they have made. The rules are simple. Once you go in, you don't come out. Then, in 1997, the US President in Air Force One crash lands inside the prison, i.e. New York, and our anti-hero Snake Plissken, played by Kurt Russell, is sent in, rather against his will, to get him out. He meets an assortment of oddball characters like Ernest Borgnine's Cabby, Harry Dean Stanton's Brain, Donald Pleasance playing the President, and some memorable bad guys with Isaac Hayes playing the leader of them as the Duke. Can Snake escape in time before a virus he's been injected with takes over his body? You know, just great film and great video game stuff all around. And we find out now that John Carpenter is a big gaming fan too, so just perfect really. Now, we all know that Escape from New York never got an official computer game on the Amstrad. Closest we got was probably New York Warriors from Virgin Games, and that was alright. But what if I told you that we did get an Escape from New York game in all but name? That it's been right under our noses all these years in France from Ubisoft, but under the name Manhattan 95. You see, in France, the film was released not as Escape from New York, but as New York 1997, hence this game cheekily being called Manhattan 95. I guess if this was ever released in the UK, they could have renamed it Escape from Manhattan. Speaking of which, if there is an English language version of this game, I believe is to be found on side B of the disc and tape, which is what we are using here. We're also using a tape version of the game because the disc dump of the UK version is bugged and doesn't work correctly. In fact, a lot of the disc dumps, including the French versions out there on the internet, just don't work correctly. I've had an absolute nightmare playing and testing these, so be warned. So if you're looking for a working version of the game to play for yourself at home, the only ones I found that are working, if you're looking on the CPC Power website as of January 2024, for the French version and disc, the one you want is the original GAPS dump, that's GAPS dump, and for the English language one, I'm afraid you'll just have to use the tape dump on the CPC Power website, which is the one I'm using here right now. Oh yeah, just quickly, there is a second released version of this game a year later called Manhattan 95 Lite, which has this new illustration on the cover, but it's been tested and found that the files are identical, and so is the game to the first release. Not sure what the point of this was, why the addition of light at the end of the name and what that means, nor do I think the new illustration is an improvement. Anyway, let's get this started. So as mentioned just a second or two ago, we're going to be loading up the tape version of the game just so we can have a working UK and English language version of the game. Oh, tape loading noises. Ah, nostalgia, eh? Oh, I'll never get tired of hearing that. But don't worry, we're going to fast forward through all the tape loading that's going to happen in the game. There we go, fast forwarding. Oh, video effects here, hey? Ooh. So let's talk about a couple of things very quickly while we just have a quick load up here. Credits for the game, let's do them very quickly. So this was designed by Thundersun, whose only other credit is Hurlements for Ubisoft. A werewolf game, which is very similar to their smash hit Zombie, which is the very, very first game ever released by Ubisoft. And it was like an Amstrad only game at the time. Maybe Thundersun had a hand in Zombie too, I don't know. Coding for this game was done by Lauren Comelk, if that's how you pronounce it, who went on to code the popular, in France at least, Gabrielle game. Gabrielle is mostly notorious for its loading screen because of a naked angel with bare breasts. Lauren left the game industry the next year. Graphics in Manhattan 95 is done by MP Comelk. I don't know if he or she is related or not to Lauren, but this is the only Amstrad game I can find. And music we're going to hear very shortly by Henri Bittner. Sadly, it appears this is his only commercially released game. He did have a commercially released music creation utility called Magic Sound, though. Oh, it's nearly loaded. There we go. We'll just switch it over to normal speed. Ah. Here we go. Ooh. Intro sequence. Statue of Liberty. Nice colours. Manhattan 95 logo. Ubisoft. And it's the famous Escape from New York music composed by John Carpenter. And it's asking us to input whether we have a colour monitor, I think. It doesn't make any difference. Surname, Pliskin. For Snake Plissken, the character in the movie. First name, Snake. Call me Snake. Those who've seen the movie will know what I mean. Their age, I'm going to put in 44. I figured out Kurt Russell, who plays Snake Plissken in the movie, was born in 1951. And the movie is set in 1995, so they'll make him 44 years old. So that's what I did there. Oh look! Apparently that should be Snake Plissken there. The picture there. But actually, that picture there looks like John Carpenter, the director of the movie. He had like long, thinning, like white grey hair and a bit of a tash on the go. Of course, Snake Plissken wears an eye patch. Wears a sort of a kind of a black leather jackety thing. He has the combat trousers and the big boots. And we get we've got the credits here on the title screen as well, which is kind of handy for my research. All members of the jail wish you a nice day. Look at this, not a nice intro, and it gets better. If you remember, I showed you a little clip of the intro of the movie earlier in the video, and it actually replicates it here on the game, on the intro sequence. How cool is that? I'm dead impressed. There you go. Well done, Ubisoft, and the coders and designers here. There you go. Now that is a cool intro sequence of the music. Brilliant. Top stuff. That's a big thumbs up from me here. That's brilliant. Unfortunately, we've got more tape loading to go, though, sadly. Oh well. So we'll do another fast forward through the tape loading here. So yeah. I really appreciate it when game designers, coders, graphics artists, and musicians go the extra mile to like put in an intro sequence. And that was a really cool rendition of John Carpenter's famous Escape from New York music. If you've not heard it before, go and seek it out on YouTube, have a listen, and come back and have a listen to the music in the game here. Now, sadly, that's the only time we get to hear the music in the game, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. So what I will do, I've recorded the music, and I'm going to plop it in at a point in the game, just to have a bit of background music, which is a bit naughty of me because it's given a bit of a false impression of the game having music which it doesn't have. But otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a quiet experience for the long play. But hey, if you want the just the long play uploading without all the background stuff before the actual gameplay, and you want the pure long play uploading, please ask in the comments, and I will happily upload an unlisted video of just the pure long play footage. I will happily do that. Okay, all right. It's no, still a bit more to load up. So all that loading beforehand was just for the intro sequence. Wow, and now this is just actually loading up the game code now. Right, yeah. So if you're going to seek this out, I'll probably recommend the disc version. But good luck. I don't know if you're buying this on eBay, how you'd find the UK tape version, where it exists on if it's on side B of a particular cassette. I don't know. Oh, well, I think we're nearly loaded. All right, here we go. So I'm going to talk you through how to beat this game. You drop down from the top of a building, and there you are. Snake Plissken, alias Snail, if you caught that on the intro sequence. So what you need to do is go up one level and up a second level, and you're going to try and find the the drunk who has stolen the president's wristband, and you've got a tracker in the top right corner, and you want to try and get the red dot in the centre. And he's always on like 2 levels above you from the start. There he is. He sat down on the floor cross-legged. Now you press spacebar to open up the menu at the top of the screen there. The gameplay is always at the bottom half of the screen, and you have to go to question him rather than to order or to threaten. And you ask him, "Who are you?" rather than "Where are we?" "Where to?" or "Run away out." So you have various dialogue options there. "Yeah, old chap. I knew I would become the king when taking this bracelet." So he believes he's now the president or something. Now select the Uzi and like fire shots at him, or punch and kick him a few times, and eventually he will come up with some dialogue saying, "I am the president," and that is your first task completed. And then the cabbie should appear. The drunk in the movie is played by legendary bum actor or tramp actor Buck Flower. Oh, the cabbie has appeared. Now lead him towards a car. Wait for him to appear near a car. Now the cabbie, I think, is played by Ernest Borgnine in the movie. Now go to the dialogue. Go to the menu and select the dialogue option. The first option there is let's select a weapon. The second option is to get in the car there. Now to go to question him and ask, "Who are you?" And the cabbie, you should respond by saying, "I am cabbie." And then he should ask you, "Why did you turn up here?" And you need to answer truth. Tell him the truth and don't fib. And then he says, "How did you come here?" And tell him the truth again. It's important you tell the truth and not lie. We'll come on to that later. He says, "I know a chap who can help us. I guide you if you want." And you say yes, and then you should need to wait. And if you're not playing a bugged version, he will tell you you have got to get into the car. If you're playing a bugged version, that won't appear, as I found out to my peril on many dumps of this game. If it doesn't show you have to get in the car, then you're playing a bad version of the game. Turn right, follow the instructions, fire and down to turn right, fire and up to turn left. If you're playing a bugged version, the cars chasing you won't appear either. Turn left. Avoid the mines on the road and smash these cars against the sidewalk there. We have arrived, fire and left to jump out the car. Wait for him to tell us to. You can go and enter and jump in there. And now you're on like the third part of the mission. We're meeting. Hi, Snail. I thought you were dead. This is Harry Dean Stanton's character, Brain. He's called Savaloy in this one. And we're going to go to, where are we? You need to make sure you get the dialogue right here in the library. If you get it wrong, I've got some footage at the end of the video to show you what happens here. Something very special happens if you get the dialogue wrong. Answer truth to both of the questions. He says, I know how to run away, but I'm also coming. He wants to join us. I know where you can find what you were looking for. If you don't answer right, he snakes you, literally, and hands you over to the villain, the Duke. Answer yes, and then he will tell you to get into the car. He knows a way out. And he says, I'll guide you if you want. Answer yes, and then get in the car. Wait, make sure both Cabby and Savaloy are both on the screen at the same time before you get into the car. And it follows the instructions to turn left and turn right. And you can see the red dot in the the compass. Oh, we've arrived. Jump out, firing left to jump out. And we have arrived where the president is. Firing up to jump into the building. And now we keep going to the left, and we have found the president. He says, I am the president. Now get into the dialogue here. Ask him, who are you? I'm the president. And he'll ask you the following question. Are you the person responsible for my escape? Simply say yes. And he should answer with, well done. And that's it. You have rescued the president, and he will say, I will follow you. So now you have all the members of your party. There you go, all three of them. Now you just need to find a car. Get all three of them on the screen at the same time. Oh, actually, no, you don't need to, actually, sorry. What you need to do now is probably go, I think it's about 3 levels up, and get to the bridge and escape. We went at 1 level. 2nd level up. Third level up. Taking some hits there. Enemies get a bit more vicious now. We've got enemies with guns sitting waiting for us now. Oh, 4 levels up, sorry. 4 levels up. We should be... See, the dot is now in the centre of our tracker. Top right corner. And we're on the bridge! We have found the bridge, boys and girls. Watch out for mines on the bridge, though, okay? There's a little dot on the floor there. That is a mine. Well, it's a few pixels wide. There we go. Just jump over them. Okay. Here we go. Oh! This glitches here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. Reached the end. We actually see the timer on our wristwatch there. 20 25, 20 seconds. I don't know if that's how much time we had left, or how much time we spent. I think we had 24 hours to rescue the president, so I don't know if that's... We'll fast forward through this. But yeah. But yeah, anyway, here we go. Here comes the ending. Are you waiting? Are you excited? See, there you go. It's quite a short game when you know what you're doing. Bloody hell. Wow. Are you ready? And there's your ending screen. We have completed the game. All that loading just for this little ending picture. Amnesty. United States of America. Something grants you amnesty. And there you are. That is the end of Manhattan 95. So... well, anyway, this of course didn't get reviewed in Amstrad Action or any UK magazine, so I'll just skip to my own review here. I think I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10, around a 73% score overall. This is a game purely for fans of the movie Escape from New York. If you're not a fan, or worse, never seen the movie, maybe skip this one. It follows the plot of the film fairly closely, but even without knowing that, it probably won't take you long to suss out what to do. And it's a very, very short game. On saying that, I did often, before working out what to do, get lost trying to navigate around with that damn tracker, making me run around in circles and deeper into the city with guns, draining your energy very quickly. Oh right, here's some bonus footage. What happens if you get the dialogue wrong? Look, I threatened him there, and he says, "Don't get edgy," with Savoy there, or Brain as he is in the movie, and I fibbed instead of told the truth there. So what happens? Yeah, what happens if you get the dialogue wrong and cock it all up? I should point out as well, boys and girls, as I was saying that, I often got very, very lost in this game, and I made it look very, very, very easy there. This took hundreds of attempts to find things and get it right before I cracked it. So, yeah, just to do a little edit cut here, just to cut some footage out there. But yes, I made it look a lot easier than it actually was. This took tons and tons and tons of attempts, okay? So yeah, very, very short actual game to beat, but it did take a long, long time to work out, even with following a guide from the CPC Power website. And, well, we had a lot of bugged versions of this game to wade through, and many of them did crash. I do wonder if this game has lots of bugs, or there's lots of bad dumps to this game out there. But anyway. But yeah, I'll give this a 73% score overall, mostly because I'm a big John Carpenter and Escape from New York fan. Right, okay. So he says, I know, yeah, blah, 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 and I can guide you. So Savoy, or Brains, is still going to guide us, despite us fibbing to him and threatening him. So let's see what happens now. So he's guiding us, despite us absolutely cocking up the dialogue there and trying all sorts of different options. What happens now? I was curious, so I tried it. Oh, and also, what happens if we actually get knocked off the road? We actually lose the car. So we can just carry on foot to the location by following the tracker. Or we could just find another new car to use and hop into that, which is actually quite a cool little feature, actually. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. I was quite impressed by that, really. We had to try and remember what was the last direction issued. We'll follow the tracker, actually, even in the car. Otherwise, just pick a direction to go, and we get new directions issued by Savoy. And there we go. You can still follow the tracker even in the car. So it's actually kind of like still like a living, breathing city almost. So actually the game is actually fairly ambitious, actually. Oh, we've arrived. There we go. Let's see what happens now, because we did the bad dialogue choices. Let's go in the building. Uh-oh, you're caught. Wake up, you bloody B word. You will have to fight. Sorry, I can't swear on YouTube anymore. Uh-oh, some tape loading. Oh, it's only a very, very short load. We don't really need to fast forward through this. So something different has happened. Now, normally we'd be rescuing the president here, but Savaloy, or Brain, has betrayed us. Uh-oh. What's going to happen here? This took me by surprise. I only encountered this. I thought, I better check this after I did the long play. So this was a very, very last minute thing before doing my commentary. And look what happened. We're in the ring fighting, I think his name's Slag in the movie. Yeah. Played by a sort of semi-famous wrestler called Ox Baker, I believe. I'm reading on IMDb. And there we go. Wow! There you go, some little bit of extra footage for you here. There we go. I'm actually doing very poorly. There's my energy being drained. I think I'm going to lose this. Oh no! Game over! Snake is dead. And he just takes you right back to the beginning again. But don't worry, I reloaded and had another quick go. Simply literally just hold down the fire button and hold down left to do Snake's kick. He's actually quite easy to defeat, actually. And there you go. Nice touch, having the betrayal there. If you don't do the right dialogue choices absolutely correctly, you have to suffer the consequences. So it's Snail as that the dialogue disappeared very, very quickly there. So, and then if you defeat him, you actually can then go on and rescue the president. There he is. You should say I'm the president very, very shortly. After you shoot enough bad guys. Right. So there you go. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this one. There he is. I'm the president. You can carry on beat the game. Thanks for watching. Consider supporting me on Patreon and joining the Am Squad. And see you all again very soon. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click a like below, leave a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And over that way, there's another video for you to check out. Zypho, out.